the line, but we're gonna have to see how all of these games shake out. And finally, without any further ado, we are going live into the pistol round. Cloud9 versus Selfless here at the iBUYPOWER 2016 Spring Invitational Season 2. Dust, let's go. This is gonna be a fun one.
Are you
I didn't want to do it. I thought about it. I hesitated.
Okay.
I was
Let's
able
go.
to restrain myself.
I could.
Joey crushes it.
His is on point. We'll have him later on today for the grand finals, as we are going to get live in the pistol round. As you said, a lot of aggression from Cloud9 on the catwalk here. Both Shroud and Freakazoid have stepped way out here. A lot of players in lower B tunnels as well that could get caught up in this. There's a smoke on top of the Xbox, so they may just jump right into these guys, actually, just boosting up on the Xbox. But Mainline will get caught first at the back of the catwalk by Freakazoid. Freakazoid will now back off Shroud, though. He's still holding his place, and he's going to take out Uber, so that's the bomb down at the back of catwalk. They're actually hitting B very nicely here, but they don't have any bomb with them, so it's going to be tough. And Sweet2K even finds a frag, so this is actually looking really bad for Selfless, but they actually get it back into a 2-on-2, surprisingly enough, so maybe there's some hope here.
Yeah, just not the map control they need, especially as Shroud is going to come around the top and secure the bomb. Skadoodle needs to stay alive, or even if he can get a frag, that'll be huge. Make it a second one here for Skadoodle, and yes, he is able to clean it up. Tech 9 in hand, so really solid aggression from Cloud9 early. The entry fraggers plus Shroud that time getting it done early and setting the tone. Yeah. I wasn't expecting that exact strat from them. I didn't know that they were going to break out that kind of smoke strat on the Xbox. I really liked what they had there, but I feel like that's right in their MO. Like that's a classic aggressive Cloud9 starting strat.
Yeah, really well done there. And Stewie2K, kind of the B bomb side anchor on this team now. Nothing playing more of a rotation position on that side of the map. He comes up as well. And Skadoodle now, he's got the scout at middle. He's going to go ahead and find two members of Selfless already as they're trying to make their way up the catwalk. A couple will still make their way up here, but Shroud, always an A-bomb side anchor, always waiting for him. But Mitch just eradicates him with that Tech 9, so the A-bomb site's open now. And the bomb is going to go down into 3v3, and M4 was even collected by Mitch. So there's a chance they can go ahead and steal this round away. Mitch does get the team kill onto Uber. That's a little bit concerning, and he is able to get one more, but oh yeah, that was real crazy. A lot of people lining up. If Mitch doesn't kill Uber, maybe they even win that. It's one of those TKs that actually had a big impact.
Yeah, and even Freakazoid was ripping his teammate at one point, just shooting, like, they just couldn't get out from behind each other. They were just lined up the entire time, and they made that almost extremely easy for Selfless to rip away.
I like being behind you later.
Oh, man, I knew as soon as I said it that what I had done. But I will always welcome you behind me. I don't think, though, Cloud9 wanted to be behind each other at that exact moment, because they're all getting shot at by scary guns, so at least they were able to get the job done, but they were only able to hold on to one gun.
Look at this.
So Selfless was doing this all day yesterday. They love this move. When they take a lot of guns out of your hand, even after an initial force buy, they'll do it again, and they're rushing their way into B.
Indeed they are. Stewie2K, they'll line them up with the ump. It says that one is out at least. He's looking for more, but he's going to get caught on the side there by Relics, who swings through the platform until B bomb site is under control of Selfless. They're going to go ahead and put some fire and smoke up on the two retake points here outside the site. But Freakazoid, he's got a pretty quick flank coming in here on the tunnels. Mitch is going to be waiting for him, but he's not going to be able to find the frag. It'll be Freak instead, who now puts it into a 3-on-3, and all these guys on Selfless so low on HP. Shroud does have an HP grenade as well, but it looks like he won't even need it. Skadoodle and Shroud just going to take care of it by themselves there. And so here you have it. Cloud9, they're going to make it 3-0. But with that bomb plant and a 3-round loss bonus,
they can keep it up.
See Selfless still just buy up again, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. They were doing this all yesterday to keep the pressure up on Luminosity, and it actually was able to work out for them a few times. And it seems like, once again, it has worked for them. They're able to buy up Nifty as 7K, so they're going to get it off on him. They have maybe not as much utility as they would want. Certainly not as much as Cloud9, but actually, no, they're pretty close. Uber just doesn't have any grenades, so I think this is a totally serviceable buy here. And yeah, it was a risky initial investment, but it paid off for them, and now Stewie's down to 19 HP.
Yeah, Cloud9 keeping on to a couple of these MP9s. They're going to be rushing into the new tunnels now. Uber, though, on top of things with that AK. Clean setup, no problem, mainline. They're going to get in there and find one. So, I mean, this round's already almost won for Selfless just within the first few seconds as they just get all these entry frags. Relic's now lurking over at long A. Going to go ahead and pick up Shroud. And so all that's left is Skadoodle, an M4, and he doesn't really have any business going for this. Looks like he's just going to already look to save it. Relics is on that side of the map, may be content to kind of stick around over here, see if he can't catch Skadoodle. But Selfless are going to take their first round.
Yeah, really comfortably as well, as they're looking to hold onto the guns. I'm curious. I assume Cloud9 knew they would be able to buy up because of the second bomb plant. But I'm surprised they went with that kind of aggressive shot, pushing lower, knowing that they were completely matched gun-wise. It just seemed like, I don't know, a little too aggressive with I don't know. It just seemed like it was too much of a low risk, especially after Stewie got hit. He knew he was already one hit. He couldn't properly trade out his teammate if he needed to. He didn't even go in first.
Point, right?
Like,
yeah, that's true.
You know, his team with 100 HP went in first. There was no chance they were able to do anything. Maybe he was going to go one and out at best, but it just seemed like that was too high risk.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe it was just because they were trying to like save money, cut some costs by holding on to the MP9. So you figured maybe that's the best use of the MP9 is trying to get up close in deep tunnels where you're guaranteed like a close quarters fight. But yeah, when Stewie took all that damage from the op going to the door, that kind of killed that idea a little bit, I think. But Freakazoid still gonna catch Mitch. I thought he was gonna go down, and Freak pops out for a second one. So. Doing great things over here in the pit. That's usually where Shroud plays, but Shroud was taken out. And yeah, doing a great job there.
Nifty's gonna try to find some other kind of opening with the op here, but nothing is not giving him anything in middle to work with. Smart play here, passive play. Cloud9 knowing when to recoil, knowing that they have the advantage. They can play passively and let Selfless come to them.
Exactly. Skadoodle's going to be posted up on the A side already because Freakazoid certainly has, you know, good positioning over here at long A to control that. And so Skadoodle will just focus on this cat cross. And we're trying to see if Selfless is going to test the waters over there or not. They have 3 players left. They have plenty of nades, but they could still fall to mid B or something like that. So they're definitely not committed to this. But yeah, here comes the push. Skadoodle burning a little bit, but he still finds the op shot there onto Uber. And now we have Selfless committed. Mainline trying to close the distance on Skadoodle, see if he can't find something here. Meanwhile, rest of Cloud9 making their rotate through CT spawn. Mainline will actually get the bomb plant. Skadoodle's content just to sit back and wait this out, and he'll be gifted for his patience. Cloud9 will win the round, but Selfless, you know, money reset, but a bomb plant comes in that'll help him out a little bit.
Yeah, great awareness from Skadoodle taking down Nifty there. I was watching from Skadoodle's perspective, but I assume Nifty was trained right on him as well, so to be able to peek out like that and still get the shot out on the pre-fire, really impressive stuff. And I think it's a fair trade. Give up that bomb plant right there and take the round when your team comes in. That's a smart play. Hold on to that op in the end. And wow, I thought Selfless wasn't going to be in buying shape, but they're willing to have 2 players on pistols this round. Nifty and Mainline can have a P250 and a Tech 9 respectively.
Yeah, I mean, that bomb plant put them kind of on the borderline, and they went ahead and just went for it, but that was a double out for Cloud9. 3-2K, I would assume, would have his at the back of B. It's usually where I see him put it. It seems to be exactly the case. Nothing will set him up at the back of the platform. That'll allow Nothing a little bit more freedom to rotate earlier here to middle to help out, and that's not going to be a bad idea because it's looking like Selfless are going to just go ahead and try to crank their way out of short, as Freakazoid will lead the charge. He takes out Mainline. But we do have Relics finding a frag, which will allow them to get to the site here and get the plant. It's going to be a 4-on-4. Again, Selfless have plans for the catwalk, and they have control on Uber, even being able to cut off some of this long A pressure from Cloud9. So Selfless are setting themselves up well to take this one. But Nothing. Here he comes on the rotation up the slope. He's going to go ahead and find Mitch. Uber, though, in a really good position at this quad box. But it's not going to matter. Freakazoid going to find him, put the smoke up on Cat. There's plenty of smoke cover now for Diffuse to be started, and there it goes. Freakazoid going to provide the cover fire. He's going to do a great job of it. That is going to be Relics down, and there you have it. Selfless. I mean, they're so close to finding rounds, but Cloud9 always found a way back into the round. Freakazoid, we were talking about him. He's continued his form over from yesterday, that's for sure.
Yeah, and Nifty is able to come away with an op. I believe that was his op, but not the op he purchased on the round, right? They just took 3 AKs and 2 pistols, so somehow he is able to come away with a bit of an upgrade, but now that he's not able to hit the shot, it's going to be a little harder to work it. The rest of his teammates continuing to force up and trying to apply the pressure on Cloud9. They're getting all the bomb plants they could ask for, so they just need to win a post plant.
4 of them, in fact.
Yeah.
So pretty much every round that Cloud9 has won short of the pistol, they've had to do a defuse to get
big
it.
Frag.
And definitely Nifty opening up things here a little bit. Relics now being able to get Nothing, so the mid-B split from Selfless, one of the hardest things to defend against, I feel like, in this game, is going to go ahead and come through for Selfless. They're going to get this bomb planted. And Cloud9, they know it. They know there's no hope of retaking this. Retaking be so hard, especially when you're 2 men down. So we'll just go ahead and hold up at long A and save these guns for next round. So Selfless, they finally done it.
Yeah, the thing about the mid to B is that once it's already underway and you're executing it and you're fighting your way into the B bomb site, it's one of the hardest retakes to win back for the CTs. But it's also for the terrorists at their most vulnerable, trying to get past the smoke and CT. That's often a death sentence for a lot of teams. And one slip up or one person gets caught looking at a smoke and gets flashed, and your entire strat can blow up right in front of your face.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult to deal with for both sides. CTs, I mean, because if you're playing inside the B bomb site, you pretty much either have to both commit to playing outside of B and just giving up the B bomb site, just forgetting about the tunnels push and actually just fighting off the mid portion of the attack, and hopefully you'll come out with a man advantage from that, and then you can play for retake afterwards. Or it's like you almost have to commit to pushing into the tunnels and getting control of that, and then just kind of, you know, absorbing the pressure that gets put outside B, so to speak. Or you have to just hope that your opper can peer over the smoke and grab a couple of kills on people going door or window or something like that. It can be certainly difficult to deal with, but here we see Nifty picking up Freakazoid, a nice little fast shot there onto this dome, and that means Long A is wide open here for Selfless, and they'll have an instant 5-on-4, so this is great news for them.
And Scooter is actually going to get spotted out as well. This is not the first time that Cloud9 has used this move this game already, so I'm not surprised that Selfless is reacting a little bit more appropriately this time, as they're going to push him back to top cat.
And I believe they actually have Nifty secured inside the pit, so a lot of control there. Definitely could see them working some type of A split now. Still could test the waters mid to B, though. Certainly no reason not to even try it, as Uber is going to go ahead and make his way out here. Smoke on CT spawn. Nothing is going to be right out here to his left, and he has Stewie for support at the window, who has to smoke on tunnels to kind of free him up.
Really let Uber off the hook there as he gets away with 63 HP.
Yeah, so some damage being done to Uber, but he's going to be able to get away, and so Selfless maintain their man advantage. Now you see Nifty slowly pushing forward at long A, but Shroud on the platform going to eliminate him, so now Selfless's man advantage has been erased, and Shroud is on the A platform. They're giving up long A, but that's no problem. Meanwhile, we're going to see still an attack at middle here from Selfless, but it's getting absolutely shut down. Nothing in Skadoodle here, contesting it directly at the door. Skadoodle gonna find himself another kill there with the op, looking for another. Uber will be able to find it, but now he's in a 1v2. He's running out of time, and Stewie2K will catch him blindside. There you have it, 6-2. Cloud9 not letting up. They get Selfless around here and there maybe, but they're just maintaining control of the half in a big way.
Yeah, just no time for Uber to do anything there. 10 seconds on the clock, kind of between a rock and a hard place, getting pinched. Takes the fight. Not a bad idea, but overall, 2-on-1. Good work by Cloud9, shutting that down. Selfless really was getting shut down all over the map, and anywhere they tried to go, they were just getting stopped. They didn't even get to really properly execute at it anywhere. I guess you would say maybe mid, as Freakazoid and Shroud team up to take down 2-1 apiece at long. Really good start to that round, and Cloud9 continues to torment Selfless here.
And doesn't get more efficient than that, right? I mean,
No.
You kind of have a battle of the strat sometimes where both teams get a good spawn for long A, and you see both just fighting for control of it. This time around, Cloud9 is going to be the absolute victor. Freakazoid takes a lot of damage, sure, but they get an instant 5-on-3 right at the beginning of the round. And Selfless has been put in this spot a lot this game, where they actually fall prey to opening picks quite early. No mistake by them. Again, when you have the spawn for long A, you want to go for control of it. It just didn't work out when they got caught up in the door. Some good nade pressure, and then obviously the spray down from both the players. And now Selfless just trying to fight for something. They're going to try to work their way through some smokes into the B bomb site, but they're going to get shut down. Stewie2K going to be able to get the AK frag. Nothing, even putting Incendiary down on the tunnels, forcing Mainline to take a little bit of damage here, but they do break through anyhow. So they're going to get control of the B bomb site. They have a 2-on-3. They could actually bring this one back around. Uber's so low on HP though, but there's no nades or anything like that. And Skadoodle's on the op, so the health doesn't even necessarily matter on that particular angle for now.
Freakazoid could blow this up though.
Definitely possible. We'll see. Shroud keeping their attention inside the window. Mainline's got to be aware that it's a possibility, but it's going to come down to timing. When does Freakazoid peak, and will Mainline be ready for it? And now that Skadoodle gets those op kills, it just doesn't even matter. Too much to worry about. And Cloud9, they get themselves another 7-2. And again, another maybe surprise this tournament. I thought this would be a little bit more contested, and right now Cloud9 are dominating from the CT side.
Yeah, certainly, but that is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds that ended in some kind of explosion or diffuse of the 9 rounds that have been played. So Selfless, I feel like, is right on the cusp of taking a lot of these rounds away. And although by to Cloud9's credit, by the time we are in these post-plant situations, courtesy of picks just like Skadoodle picking up one in mid, they are in advantageous positions. So they aren't exactly the hardest retakes, but still. There's a there only needs to be a few things to go wrong for Cloud9 for things to fall apart. But so far so good.
Let's talk about Skadoodle for a second here. He's 15-4 in 9 rounds played, so he certainly had an impact. We talk about how good Freakazoid was yesterday with Optic. He's 10-4. Yeah, I mean he's getting a lot of opening picks, that's for sure. And that's killing Selfless because the problem is yeah, a lot of these rounds are close, so you see a lot of bomb plants, but the problem is Selfless is always playing from behind to get them. They're always in a man disadvantage whenever they just kind of make a play to break through and still get a plant, but it's always Cloud9 set up well for the retake because of what they've done in the early part of the round. And so when you're always playing from behind, it can be very hard to actually close rounds. Cloud9 here, of course, catching Selfless on a bit of a save. Nifty does pick up an AK, but he's all alone in a 1 versus 4, trying to come out long A, but Shroud's still on the site. He's got Stewie pinching him off. He can't fall back because of that. So he's pretty much stuck, as we do see him trying to work his way up. If he wins the 1v1 against Shroud, maybe he can get a plant here. Does a lot of damage to Shroud. They're both in the red right now, but now Cloud9's got that rotate coming in. It's from nothing at the catwalk, and now Nifty, he's nowhere to be found now. He's gone. So it's 8-2 for Cloud9.
Yeah, Cloud9 just it's like Cloud9 just constantly finding a way to smother Selfless somewhere and come at them from every angle. I feel like Cloud9 more so than Selfless here, and more so than just in general, what they're able to put up here is just 2-on-1s. They're constantly putting multiple crosshairs on one Selfless player, and the Selfless players just aren't always there to trade, or because Skadoodle gets a pick early on, there's just not enough players to trade overall. But with Nifty getting an opening pick here to start, maybe they can reverse their fortunes, but Skadoodle is still in the server.
Yeah, it's still battle the strats again. Both teams with good long A spawns, both contesting it. And so far, it's going to go to Cloud9 thanks to that. It was pretty even up until that point, but then Shroud, he lines up 2, threads the needle, puts it through both. And now we're going to have Mitch in a 1v3 trying to cross the catwalk. Bomb so far away, though. Got put down that long A. Wow.
They're putting pressure on him from everywhere.
That's so unfortunate, right? Because, again, it's not even a mistake from Selfless. They have a good long A spawn, and this is the 2nd or 3rd time that both teams have kind of had a good option to go ahead and go for long A control, and Cloud9's always come out ahead. That time, Selfless looked like they might actually get it. They got the opening pick with Nifty, but then Shroud lines up 2 from Game Helper, and boom, you know, you're done.
Yeah, it looks like they have a B spawn here, so they may be trying to dive right in, trying to get past Stewie. And nothing. Stewie with the open hand, full blind though, so he's going to get forced out of the site. Still able to recover and peek. 2 frags for him, 1 for nothing.
Ouch. Yeah, kind of a mixed buy here from Selfless. They had a scout on Uber and some upgraded pistols, but they tried to go for a B rush, and they met the wrath of Stewie's op. The 2-op setup in effect here for Cloud9. It has been for quite some time, in fact. They've had so much money. Sweet 2K even come up with the quad kill there at the very end. So 10-2 for Cloud9. They are just ripping through this game, not coming across any real resistance at this point. Selfless has had the plants, but they haven't had the rounds.
I mean, they're not really even getting the plants anymore. I mean, they've only been able to plant in 1 out of the past 5 rounds, so they're starting to trend downward in that sense. Cloud9 is just getting the better of them early, and that's just kind of it. They get the better of them early, and the round's over.
Yeah, chat, raise your skadonglers. This man's 17-5. Doing work right now. You see Stewie looking to do something here. Yeah, they're trying to get out long A, but Freakazoid again just shutting them down with 3 kills. Every single long A battle we've seen has gone in Cloud9's favor. This time Freak does it pretty much by himself with 4. How do you win rounds when you can't get control of anything? I mean, God,
you don't.
Cloud9's just a brick wall everywhere across the map right now.
Yeah, and it seems like Cloud9 has just an innate ability to send, or not, maybe just because, I don't know, I feel like they'll always have like the appropriate amount of guys at every set. They've never been caught off guard at any site. Maybe on like the 2 rounds they lost. No, those are like clean takes, if I remember correctly. Just like that. Stewie is getting to work. 2 frags for him. Oh, I thought he was about to get a collateral there. That would have been insane. But the mid-to-V take is now on.
Yeah, at this point, Cloud9 just bullying them. I mean, they can do whatever they want.
Ready, Shroud time.
Oh yeah, you can definitely peer over this here and get some frags. He's going to go ahead and get one spam through return, so he's only limited to just that 1 kill, but it's still a 3-on-2 in favor of Cloud9. The bomb will go down. Selfless, they need to find a way to hold off this retake. We do see Nifty trying to do something nifty here. Up in the doors, trying to press through, but going to get caught by Skadoodle CZ. And so Lex left all alone, 1 versus 3. He comes out, he does kill the guy at the boxes. Both the players are inside the B site. Skadoodle will start the defuse, but it's going to be a fake. He's going to see if he can't bait Relic out. Relic still holding his ground, but he does step out and find Freakazoid's crosshairs. And there you have it. Cloud9 now up 12-2. Defuse coming in from Skadoodle. He's at 19-5. He's feeling good. Really no one having a problem on Cloud9. Yeah, nothing negative, but he hasn't really been tested.
Yeah, certainly. Nothing is kind of just having a boring game. I'm sure he's just yawning and saying, when are they going to come my way?
Triple up.
Triple up, set up triple dragons.
Oh, they did drop it.
Oh, what? Is it just, they're leaving it on the ground?
Yeah, I guess.
Weak. Very weak. Either way, though, I understand where they're coming from. They want to just put a bow on this game because they are really dominating. And Stewie just getting
it already wrapped it up, so
yeah,
just got to put that on top.
If he gets this mid pick, oh, okay.
Wow. It's hard to point to, you know, any errors that Selfless has made. Again, it's just Cloud9 stuffing everything they go for. I mean, it's not like long A control is not the norm. It totally is. It just never worked for Selfless. They tried some B rushes. That hasn't worked either. Standard working of catwalk in middle to do A splits. Yeah, that's been a big stop sign on their way of that too. So it's just like they've run out of options. But Mitch, he's able to make his way up the catwalk this round. So maybe some life still left here. If he's going to work his way into the A bomb side. Shroud though on the rotate, catching the nice frag there. Mitch is going to step up though, find a return fire, but it's still Cloud9 a man ahead. It's going to burn a lot trying to plant. Yeah.
Freak has got to be in trouble there, and somehow he catches Relics off guard. I'm not exactly sure that happened. Mainline now, LMS defending the bomb. Gonna get taken down by Freakazoid. I mean, somehow, even when both teams are retaking the site or taking the site at the same time, Cloud9 finds a way to get the trade frags. I don't know how they do it every time, but they do it every single time. They're always putting 2 crosshairs on one Selfless player, and Selfless just cannot keep up with that.
I mean, think about just that last round right there. Mitch actually gets a nice entry. I mean, he's got a lot of headway now. They're getting into the side-up catwalk. Everything's looking great, but then Shroud just pixel shot someone over the rail, and then everything falls apart. Like, again, even if Cloud9 had to play from behind, they were able to find a way back in, and most of the time they weren't, right? Think about the 4 times we saw long A battles. Every single time Cloud9 comes out ahead there. Anytime that they tried to rush B, I mean, Stewie 2K was laying them down with the op. So, I mean, they literally just couldn't get out anywhere. There was a couple times where they got some favorable battles at mid, and that's where you started seeing some of those bomb plants they had in the early part of the half. Like, they had, what, like 4 bomb plants in the first 6 rounds? So, I mean, they were making some progress there at the beginning, but even towards the end, Cloud9 wasn't even letting them, out long A doors or out B tunnels. So, it started to get even more dominant from Cloud9 there towards the end, it felt like.
Yeah, absolutely. But that is the end of the road for me. We are going to be bringing Van Silly in to replace me. He was supposed to be doing this originally, so I will dip out of here. Awesome game. I'm actually going to be sliding into the cameraman, so maybe we can catch some frags. I don't know how Auto Director did. This is an awesome game. You guys should keep watching it. It's awesome.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Later. We appreciate you coming in, and now we'll see you still in spirit while you take control of the cameras. We're going to bring Van Silly in. So, hello there, Van Silly. Are you there? Guess not quite yet, so I'll take it by myself for now, as we are going to see the pistol round taking place in the second half here. Nifty gonna get the headshot there onto Stewie 2K. There's nothing. It's going to find the bomb plant, though, inside the site. It's going to be a 3-on-5, though, for Cloud9. So Selfless a good chance to retake here if they play it right. They certainly have the numbers on their side, as we are going to go ahead and see Nifty pressing through. Going to spot one here on Goose. Nothing going to find the first frag, though. Freakazoid chiming in with one. And now it's all on Freakazoid here. He's trapped at the back of Goose, so he's going to find another kill, but eventually taken down by Relics. And so we are going to see the defuse coming in. And so Selfless, they will survive for now. You got to think if they lost this pistol, they might have just been out of it. But now with that, there's a little bit of hope out there. And so we should have later getting into the game soon as a cameraman, and then we'll actually be, you know, pretty good to go as far as observing goes. So we do apologize for that, but we should get it going here soon. Yeah, there we go. Later's going to be inside the server now. We'll get him to fix X-ray in just a minute. I'll get our producer to type in chat to let him know that he needs to toggle that back on. But other than that, now we should be squared away here as we are into round number 2 of the second half. Thanks to that pistol round from Selfless, they are still somewhat lingering around in this game, as we are going to go ahead and see them upgrade some guns here. Cloud9 not going to get too heavy-handed. They did get a bomb plant in the first round, so they're waiting to get those AKs out next round, but still somehow they're able to get their way out. Catwalk is doing 2K with the Glock, gets the entry on the Nifty, so the bomb's going to go down again for sure. No doubt about that. Have a 5-on-4 now as well, as, you know, Selfless just holding firm, keeping their composure. They know that they have the firepower advantage despite the fact that they are low on numbers, but Cloud9, they're just overloading the catwalk here, and they're cutting off that part of the retake, and it's looking dangerous now for Selfless. Mitch, though, trying to bring it back, but he falls prey to nothing, which gives him an M4, and that means that with the bomb planted for Cat, this actually could be a round 1 for Cloud9, as we are going to see Uber, though, come out there and defuse. The bomb's not quite planted well enough, and mainline guarding his teammate there very well with the ump, and so Selfless, they are in a bit of a scare that round, but they do come up with it. And so now it's going to be 13-4. And Selfless are trying to march right back in, trying to see if they can't make a comeback out of this game, because, I mean, Cloud9's been running away with it for most of the time, so they're trying to see if they can't recover. But now Cloud9 onto a full buy. They have a great B spawn. You think they're going to take it. They do get into the B tunnels, and yeah, they're not going to hold back. They're going to go ahead and start pushing to that fire. Doesn't matter. They're going to smoke that. They don't even take any damage from it, so that's big news for Cloud9. They're going to get out here into the fight right away, and Stewie2K, he's going to open up with both entries there, getting a little help, of course, from Skadoodle and nothing, but he's going to be the one to find the 2 frags, and the bomb's going to go down, and Selfless, they're in no position to go for this, so they're actually going to have to take a save right here in their first gun round, just off the initial exchange, and so it's going to be 14-4 for Cloud9. Really not letting up at all. Selfless, you know, winning the pistol, trying to set themselves up, but the moment that Cloud9 can afford guns, they just run right through B and take it for themselves, and now they're up by 10 rounds here.
Dust, I'm here, dude.
You're here now. Okay, great.
Oh my god, what a rough day.
Now these viewers can stop listening to shitty play-by-play. Listen to your great play-by-play.
It was good, it was good. Let's follow back with the action. Thank you so much. Later for saving my day this morning, as well as we continue on with the action. Already a 3-on-2 situation, as it is a 1-minute advantage for Cloud9. We have some action starting off at the long A area, and then now it's 14-4. So I'm in. Was loading up the server.
So happy.
And it looks like it has been a dominating matchup for Cloud9 so far.
You didn't miss much.
Yeah. Looks like I missed a lot yesterday, though, for Selfless against
yeah, absolutely. There was a lot of upsets yesterday. Renegades losing to TSM, Pimpa Storm losing to CLG. I mean, there was definitely a lot of results that did not go the way people thought it would. But now here we are, 14-4 for Cloud9. They have full AKs bought up. Selfless, you know, buying up what they can, but it's not a whole heck of a lot, is it? Just a couple of great pistols here on Relics and Mitch.
Alright, so let's continue right now. We still have that 5-on-5, that force buy coming in for Selfless. They don't want to play for this overtime. So you do have Deagle 5-7, 2 FAMASas, and M4 across the board, respectively, for the new Selfless roster. But Cloud9 are looking to set up for a mid to B split. They're not smoking towards CT spawn as well, so they want to count on Stewie2K to just try to get a pick as he's leaking slowly towards the outside there. But a nice one dig by Mitch, looks like, at the entrance of B. Is going to take down Shroud, because they actually had a 3-man stack for them in there. So great gamble from the side. Comes back out, damages Stewie2K down to 23. Also takes it down, gets the shot as well with help from Uber to take down the point. And just like that, it's looking well for Selfless, as we have that 4-on-2 now.
Yeah, it's looking real good. Cloud9 do get control of the B-bomb site here, but Skadoodle spraying him down almost makes that real scare. If he would have killed Nifty, maybe you give him a chance, but Selfless, they do just hold on there, but you got to give props to Mitch. He was the main man that kind of put that one through for this team, as they need every round they can get. In fact, they have to be perfect if they want to win this thing in regulation. So that's a start, but man, do they have a long road to travel.
Mind you guys tuning in here for the iBUYPOWER Cup. I think There was some sort of bet happening for Selfless before that if they made it to the major, Mitch was supposed to wear a hot dog suit. I'm wondering if that's still happening. Oh, it was mainline. Yes, that's true. So let's see if mainline's actually going to wear it. Nonetheless, though, 14-5. Make sure you guys stay on top of that and make sure he respects his promises. They did have a stack for Selfless at long A to try to see if there's going to be a cover from Cloud9 there, trying to push through. But as it stays calm, Cloud9 staying it very closely on the outside of long A to decide to fall back and leave it towards more of a default play for Selfless. I think you do have one player, which is going to be mainline, playing close to that CT spawn, so they're focusing more on the crossfire setup for a mid to B, and also a long take, and then a retake if there's going to be a push from C9 on Catwalk.
Cloud9's in a lot of trouble here. They're going for a late long A control, and there's two players here with a great crossfire, but it doesn't matter. Cloud9 still out-trades Selfless. This has been the story of the day, is no matter what, somehow Cloud9's always out-trading Selfless in almost every battle we've seen, especially at long A. It was, you know, Cloud9 doing it from the CT side probably 4 out of 5 times in the first half. Now, their first shot at it here in the T side, and they get the job done. And now they're well on their way to a map point as they have a 3-on-2, and the bomb's making its way into the site.
Let's see. That retake is going to be a little bit harder because they only have 2 guys here up on Catwalk. That's going to be Relics. Make that was with Mitch, but he's by himself now. He's going to have to try to clutch a 3 versus 1 to try to keep the dream alive here on this first map, chosen by Cloud9, but easily picked off by Freakazoid from the A-bomb site. And now it's map point until we move on to the second one, and no economy for Selfless to work either.
No, not at all. This is just the worst time to have their money reset, isn't it? I mean, they win that one round, and then they just get knocked right back down a few notches, and so yeah, this could very well be it, and this was just nowhere near what I thought it would be. I mean, when I looked at the map pool for this best of 3, it looked like it was all maps both teams are very comfortable with, Dust2 and Cash. And look at this, though. Cloud9 just absolutely dominating on this map as they're going to go out in the long A. Again, there's 3 guys who are pistols from Selfless, but there's just so much chaos with that smoke being up. But somehow Cloud9 still are going to find the better end of the deal.
Only 1 guy remaining, and it's going to be Relics only with the 5.7 small armor, 2 flashes to be able to work with. Maybe he can get lucky if he gets a pick here onto Nothing, who's still lurking towards his mid side. He's looking towards the wrong angle right now, so this could be good for Relics if he decides to come back out towards the mid double doors, but it's very rare that that happens, especially now that Nothing gives away his position. That's actually huge for him to be able to pick up that guy. But there's no kit. He's going to have to work quick.
Oh, man, taking a little bit of damage there. Not too much, though. Has that AK in hand. Gonna try to make his way at the Catwalk. Bomb down inside the A site. Lux trying to see if he can work his way in. Does drop down here on the slope. Almost catches Skadoodle, but not quite. There's now a nice crossfire here for Cloud9. And there you have it. Skadoodle will just finish it. And there you have it. 16-5. 3 guys in the 20s here for Cloud9.
Yeah,
man, oh,
really
man.
Fast map to finish there, but nonetheless, it is a best out of 3, so it's not so bad. Look at it for Selfless. They still have a chance. I mean, you mentioned it, Dust. There's been a lot of upsets going on in the past, since yesterday, actually, and one of them was Selfless winning against Luminosity Gaming 2-1. Maybe they could bring something back here in this second one, which is their map choice on Cash.
Yeah, I mean, it's a map that they were able to beat Luminosity on yesterday. It's a map that Selfless have looked pretty good on, but to be fair, it's also Cloud9, probably their most played map since they put this 5 together, and they've also had their run of success on Cash, but Selfless does own the head-to-head. They did beat Cloud9 on Cash 16-4 just last week, so, you know, recent history maybe favors Selfless a little bit, but after what we saw there, with it just being so dominant. I mean, Cloud9 just out-fragging them. It wasn't even really a battle of tactics as much as it was straight-up raw fragging from Cloud9, just overwhelming Selfless. So, I mean, this second map, if Selfless can't gather themselves in between maps here, they could be in for some real trouble.
That's for sure, but until we wait for the second map to start, let me remind you guys, a big thank you to iBUYPOWER, by the way, and to our sponsors for this event. Actually, I'll name it all out. We have Intel, Microsoft, Corsair, WD, so Western Digital, Newegg, HTC, NVIDIA, NZXT, and